What?
If you let me finish, you're right. He's found his level. He's bagged against Inter. He's bagged against Atletico Madrid. Rightly so. He's got 10 goals in all comps and things of that ilk. When people sit here and question mark his weight and question mark if he's playing in boot cuts, etc. What I will say on the first people to mention in business,
we're having a conversation.
So you lot mentioned 2004,
and I'm still talking about it when I'm nearly 30.
Sorry, what team did you support?
Fulham.
Okay. Yeah. Anyways,
Harry Wilson.
What have you made of Gyokeres start to life as Arsenal player?
I mean, he's our top goal scorer, isn't he? So
a laugh from Quaker.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Because they know the deal.
How can we know the deal? He's scoring goals.
No, yeah, but they know the deal.
What deal?
What
deal?
The deal is...
What deal?
The deal... Okay, this is the deal. The deal is... Berta did a fantastic deal in terms of the price you pay for him.
You'd think he's the only striker that signed for a new club.
Oh, no, but the price you pay for him means that when you guys finally admit that he's not the guy next summer, you can go in...
You don't have to be the guy.
And you can go and buy the striker that is the guy next summer.
He just needs to keep doing his...
You don't think he's the guy?
Like...
Do you think you can make that judgment?
We watch football with our eyes, just a
8 minutes in.
No, just a bit.
Eight games in.
No, but ability-wise.
Our top goal scorer.
Ability-wise.
Do you really think you can make that judgment already?
How's he not got ability?
You think you've seen enough of him already to say he's not the guy?
So what's he missing? He's got goals. He drops deep. He does everything Mikel Arteta demands of him in the system. You can argue if he's the guy for us to take us to the next level, but he's worked.
Who's better, him or Mateta? Who's the best striker in this game?
Gyökeres. Listen, shout out to... You asked me a question. You asked me a question. I answered it. I think it's Gyökeres. There's been another goal by him.
Bournemouth really good start to the season. Continuing. Bournemouth won.
Mateta's done it. When did Glasner join Crystal Palace? That's when the world started rating Mateta.
Games into the Premier League season. Why you've already come to the judgment that Victor Gyokeres is not the guy for Arsenal.
I'm just looking at his ability to play football, the ball at his feet. Like
somebody sat in a studio is criticising an international Premier League footballer about their ability.
No.
Let's have some respect for these players.
Hold on, that is like literally our job.
Yeah, I know, but let's be guided in our opinions. Let's not completely act like he cannot kick a football.
I'm not
criticising, but let's not do that.
CJ, I'm not sitting here saying that he's running around playing in teams. I could do that, but I'm not doing that. I'm just saying that.
He's doing all right for a lad where it is.
No, I'm just saying that in terms of the technical ability of like the top players in this league or top players in the world when it comes to strikers, he hasn't got that. That's fine. Yeah. You're still going to win the league.
I don't know. I don't look at the league table.
No, okay,
every game.
You're still going to be very successful this season, despite the fact that I don't think he's the guy, and that's fine.
Why don't you think he's the guy? I
just look at the way he plays football, and he hasn't got the technical ability to be a striker at a top team. Like the lead striker.
So the pressing stats, the defensive stats, the goals, the touches, everything Arteta demands of a striker, he's doing it.
Whenever somebody tells me that the best facet of a striker...
I never said it's the best facet. I mentioned goals, I mentioned pressing, I mentioned everything demanded of a striker in this system. So it wasn't just that.
When his go-to asset is off the ball stuff, I think you've got problems.
No, it's not because
when I ask Arsenal fans, what's he great off the ball? You know, the physicality.
I never said that.
No, not you. Arsenal fans generally. I can name them.
I named everything. Name them because these imaginary Arsenal fans.
They're not imaginary. They're definitely.
I don't know. I need to know because it's sounding a bit.
But again, you're supposed to defend your guy.
I'm not.
I'm just giving.
Because I'm going to say something after you're finished because this is something.
Finish. So with Gyokeres, it's fine, right? And this I could be sat here and be proven wrong because when Didier Drogba first signed for Chelsea, 04-05,
he's called rubbish.
And I thought he wasn't good enough. And 04-05, I didn't think he was good enough. 05-06, I didn't think he was good enough. And neither did the board. And we went and brought in Andrei Shevchenko. 06-07, Drogba stepped it up. So I might be wrong, but based on what I'm seeing right now, I don't think he's good enough. And I might be proven wrong.
That's cool, but I think the bigger question for Arsenal Football Club, like let's go back to the summer or even January of that period. We were linked with the Ollie Watkins. We was linked with a bunch of strikers. I've always maintained that whatever striker is going to sign for this football club, it's not that it's an impossible.
CJ, back to you.
Yeah, like you take it back to the summer. Every striker we was linked with, they were always going to quote unquote struggle. You look in the Mikel Arteta system, it's the wide men that get the goals, it's the wide men that get the free space. It doesn't matter what striker is gonna play up there. So that could have been Gyokeres, and that's why I agree with Quakey. You can have that conversation if he's good enough, but it's almost like a difficult kind of job to play up front for this football club. You look at our open play stats; they're showing that there's light at the end of the tunnel, but there's a lot more to do. When do you get to see our striker on the end of things? Like you've seen with Mateta, you haven't seen that with Gyokeres. And everybody who watches Arsenal, like actual Arsenal fans, you could see this. So the question is deeper than Gyokeres and more so on what we're doing tactically, which so far so good. And every game it's got better.
If you put Haaland up top for Arsenal,
100. He's an anomaly, though. Haaland is world class, a legend, all of these things, but we ain't got that. We're not going to find that.
If you bought Alexander Isak and he was up top for Arsenal,
well, he wouldn't be fit at this moment, and he wouldn't have had the summer. Yeah, Isak would have been the prototype for us, but you still would not have seen the Isak you would see at Newcastle. You still might not see Haaland get as many goals. That's my biggest point. Our striker is our first defender. Our striker is almost a selfless job.
In terms of technical footballers on the pitch, who's the worst technical footballer on the pitch for Arsenal right now?
For Arsenal, I think everybody's great. We've got the best squad in the league.
Who's the worst? Rank him.
You'd have to ask Mikel Arteta. Everybody's great. Everyone's great. I don't know. I'm just a football fan. I don't know.
Gyokeres.
It's not Gyokeres.
Is Gyokeres more technical than Gabriel?
They're all ballers. They're all ballers. Yeah, they're all ballers.
No, but answer the question.
I am. They're all levels. You're asking me, I'm allowed an opinion.
Yeah, but there has to be one that's worse than the other.
All of the same level.
Every single one is 10-10.
They're
all at the exact same level.
Yeah, I think they're all.
Gyokeres the same level, Saka.
Yeah, they're all the same level. They're all great. What now?
This is when you start dipping into delusion.
What now?
There we go.
You asked me a question. I'm allowed to answer.
You can still say
I think they're all great.
No,
I think they're great.
Honestly, no.
Oh, you know what? My keeper, David Raya, is in goal.
He's technically better than you.
100%.
There's a reason he's a goalie. There's a reason he's a goalie, man. He's got. But listen, we're all great. Isn't the hardest thing to do in football put the ball in the back of the net?
Of course it is, but
he's done that. So what do you want him not to?
I think even as an Arsenal fan, you can admit that it's probably not the start. Like he probably hasn't lived up to your expectations.
I wouldn't even say that because I've said that I don't think a striker is set up to necessarily thrive. And it's been 8 games. If it's been 8 games, he's got 5 goals, and it's not been.
He's done all right.
Yeah, and it's not. But if you said that's not been the start, and he's got 5 goals in 8 games, it's only going to get better then. No. So he's doing okay. That's my point.
Do you still think he was the right fit for Arsenal? Would you have preferred an Isak?
I was actually. I mean, Isak, we weren't linked with him like in the summer. It was all Liverpool. Isak would have been the dream. He fits us to a T. I think on reflection, Hugo Ekitike would have been the guy for us. I wouldn't even have minded Ollie Watkins. But in the summer, it became Sesko or Gyokeres, and I was actually fine with either one. I wanted Gyokeres over Sesko purely because like Sesko was like the typical. I know he didn't sign for us, but that would have been the typical Arsenal signing. If we're calling for Mikel Arteta to do something different, then provide him with different players. It's like with Eze. I never had Eze on my bingo card. So you provide the guy with these players, we can do something. And even that, Gyokeres has taken a lot of heat off Eze because I want a lot more from Eze. He started well, he's fit in to this club, but he hasn't necessarily stood out. Hasn't scored in the Premier yet for us. He's better than Xavi Simons though, Abby.
Well, when Xavi Simons can look up and maybe see a Solanke or a Maddison or, a Kulusevski, then we can...
Why has it not worked out for him? The bad and the ugly, and there's more to come. If there's 8...
You haven't said the ugly. What's he not good at?
I mean... I think his biggest problem is he just tries too much, isn't it? Like he just cares so much.
That's nonsense. That's such nonsense.
What do you mean he tries so much?
He just cares so much.
He's too selfless.
No.
We even have to force him to celebrate. You lot watch the Atletico game. They have to force him to do a celebration. He's too humble.
No, but genuinely, what's he not good at? What can he improve on?
Can always get better.
Oh, at what?
What
Everything.
can he improve on?
He can always get better. You could always get more goals. You could always do a lot of things. You could get more goals. You could get more assists. You could do what any striker is required to do. There's never enough. We're never satisfied.
If Julian Alvarez is available next summer, would you take him?
I wanted him anyway. You see, when we had that stage where we were shopping at City and things, I wanted him. I think that would have been perfect. I don't think he returns back to the Premier League. I just think he goes to Barcelona. I mean, you've won everything in the Premier League. Everything, if you sign for another team in the Prem, you've done everything. Everything else is a step down. Why would you want to trade sunny Spain for England again?
Do you think he suits the system more than Gyokeres?
Julian Alvarez. Yeah. They're both 2 different players with unique qualities. They'll both fit us like a glove. To be fair, I'd put Alvarez on the left wing if we had him right now.
I wouldn't say Gyokeres fits you like a glove.
He does. Why would we buy him?
Not like a glove.
He does. You look at his passing metrics, his defensive statistics, everything he does beyond scoring.
Why did you buy him? You bought him because he was willing to force a move. Your preference was Sesko, and you didn't get the deal.
We wanted both.
Because Barca.
How? Sorry. Do you not have Berta's number to know this? It sounds great, but do you not know this? Do you not know this?
Did you buy him?
We were going for both. Sesko was too much money. We stepped away. This is why we bought Berta, because he done something Edu failed to do, pivoted away.
So you basically bought him as another defender, essentially.
I mean, it's a unique system. Our first attacker is David Raya. That's why we play out from the back. Our first defender is our striker. Maybe if you lot actually had a system like this, you wouldn't be doing what you're doing.
Defend.
Please.
Defend at all costs.
Defend's got us where? Defender has got us where?
They conceded 3 goals.
I know.
In 8 games, that's not a good ratio.
That's still a decent ratio. That's 3 goals. And how many shots has he had?
3 goals in 8 matches.
All right, dude.
That's not a good record.
And how many shots has he had?
That's not a good record.
It's not. It might not be amazing, but I think you've done well, and you've got 30 other games. What are we doing here?
Shooting accuracy is 38.8%.
Yeah, how many shots?
I'll be right back.
I think that I think Quaker. I think you guys are being a little bit harsh on Gyokeres. I think for a new guy,
shots.
I think for a new guy coming to a new league, I think you've got to allow him a little bit more time.
So imagine when everything clicks in an attacking sense for us.
So
we actually come on now.
Quaker,
Let's not do that.
You think technically he's not.
Let's use our brains.
I think that
Talk
it's
about everyone else's signings.
We'll get on to Spurs. Don't worry about that.
Don't worry.
Have I missed the verts?
I do call out.
Have I missed the verts memo? Have I missed the Frimpong
We've
memo?
got a long afternoon together. By the way,
Have I missed it?
I was about to back you up, but you're correct.
Okay. We're Arsenal. We don't need
Out of everyone in the studio, your team's the only one playing right now. So talking about your team.
You not talk about us every day.
No, but you do what all Arsenal fans do, which is deflect.
Who are these all Arsenal fans?
No,
I'm only myself. How have I deflected?
You need to walk outside of this room and you can find.
Let's go. I don't know them. I'm just a man that happens to support Arsenal Football Club. I'm one of millions. I can only be held accountable for my own opinions. I've backed Gyokeres. I've said the good.
Oi, talk! Abby, come outside, please. You see what he did? Don't talk on that guy. Second choice striker is on the bench.
Great finish.
I think that's what we call perfect timing.
Yeah.
Victor Gyokeres with a wonderful strike, 25 yards out with his right foot.
Yeah.
Beats the
Big
goalkeeper.
Great
Right on cue.
Right on cue. Big Champions League night. Champions League night. We got to remember, if we go back to the Chelsea game, at that time, that's the most important goal we scored, that Arsenal scored in the semi-finals, and he's done it at the San Siro, the holy grail of European
Great
football.
finish.
Look,
Well done,
great
Victor.
finish. And he actually tried to set it to Saka. How's that for the aesthetic merchants? What a
great
finish.
finish.
I'm never giving up.
He tries to set it to Saka and almost can't sort his feet out, but then the ball lays off perfectly to Gyokeres, who's just outside the box. He runs onto it, first time finish, beats Jan Sommer, who does get a right hand on it,
Yeah,
and
good
he
on you,
looks
mate.
there like a man
me, I told
who
you.
looks relieved, happy and proud.
I'm sorry, what were we saying earlier about, like...
Arsenal have a second. There we have it. And it's Victor Gyokeres.
He did say it.
Like I did say it. I said second half. Gyokeres, clip that. I don't lie to you guys.
Can't argue with that.
Come on. Thank you.
Arsenal not at their best today. They won't care. Arsenal, TJ, they thinks, Victor Gyokeres is starting to acclimatise to the Premier League.
Yeah, man. I mean, he's in terms of informed strikers, he's been one of the best in 2026. And if you really, really strip everything back and look at the striker market, apart from you lot with Hugo Ekitike, which striker is really delivered in expectations? But as I said, goals always give you confidence. And since we've come into this new year, I think he's got something like 6-7 goals in 6-7 games. So long may it continue, Gyokeres, man.
You mentioned there that big cup final in a couple of weeks, CJ. Do you still think at the moment Victor Gyokeres is the man in possession of that number 9 shirt?
I would start him. If it's up to me, the finals tomorrow, then yeah, based on how I think City play against us and how the recent games have gone, I'd probably say if everybody's fit, you're more likely to see Kai Havertz start. So I wouldn't say Gyokeres is going to start. But I'd love to be proven wrong. I want my big money forward to play. But it's just going to be a chess match, man, so Kai will play.
Do you think that Arsenal, a lot was made when he first arrived, maybe Arsenal not playing to his strengths in terms of not whipping those balls into the box, trying to play him in behind. Do you think Arsenal as a team have managed to adapt better to him over the last couple of weeks, or has nothing really changed in that respect?
In my opinion, obviously, I feel a lot of the time there was a period in his career where he did struggle, but I do think people weren't watching our games because I do think all the other facets of what Mikel Arteta demands for a forward Gyokeres was doing. Naturally, the more you play, the more goals you score, your teammates start to trust you, it starts to look a bit better. But yeah, man, I do think we've met each other halfway because to be fair, Mikel Arteta has said numerous times it's down to the players on the pitch to find him. So I do think it's all coming together.
One thing I like about him, he seems like the sort of centre forward though, CJ, that even though he's not in good form, lots of pressure on him, it feels like he's never hiding from anything. He wants the ball, he wants to get involved. He's not, which, would be easy to go missing, wouldn't it, in high pressurised situations?
Yeah, exactly.
But mentally, he looks like a strong player.
He's got strong personality, and I'm not surprised by that because, you were doubted in your homeland when you obviously came through. You didn't make it at Brighton. There was question marks when you went to Coventry. There was question marks, actually, when you went to Sporting Lisbon. Even the other day, he said, listen, the beginning of my life in Portugal didn't start great. So that's the adversity. And I remember when he signed for us, Mikel Arteta said that we had a conversation, and I told him, if you can't handle the pressure of 8-9 games not bagging, then this isn't probably the club for you. I do think a lot of the criticism to a degree is warranted. I do think the noise and everything else, some of it was not, and it's highlighted purely because we've wanted the forward. His statistics were amazing. We're not the best attacking team in the league. All of that came together. But when you look at it, out of all of the strikers bar Hugo Ekitike that have moved clubs last summer, Gyokeres has been one of the best performing ones, statistically and all sorts. I think people need to consider that you can't be an aesthetic merchant. Clearly, he's an ugly kind of footballer to watch. But as I keep saying with him, he's so ugly, it's beautiful. So keep it up, Gyokeres, man. I'm going to be shameless.
He might score 15, 20 goals.
He won the league in Portugal. If he signs for us and in his debut season wins the league, the stars are aligning. There's arguably never been a better signing in recent years since then. He's changed our lives. Shout out to Gyokeres. He's scoring. When have we got you lot? Spurs is so unimportant.
Next Sunday, isn't it?
Yeah, man, we're going to win that.
Not next Sunday. Next Sunday, next Sunday's FA Cup.
Well, he scored.
Sunday after, sorry. Next Premier League Sunday.
Gyokeres, the flat track bully, will bully Spurs. Nelly,
Oh,
please.
and Gabriel Martinelli,
please
he goes
pass
to
it.
one goal.
If you
He's
don't,
got
please,
Gyokeres,
pass
pass
the
to
ball,
Gyokeres.
bro.
Gyokeres will score.
Gyokeres. I said we've got one more. I'm always on the money. Thank the Lord. 3 points, clean sheet, 9 points clear. Liverpool, on to you. Thank you for having us. Sunderland, so good, so good.
Another goal for Gyokeres.
Huh?
Another goal for Gyokeres. Right place, a tap in the right place at the right time.
I must admit, when Martinelli breaks, it's a gamble because I don't even think he knows what he's going to do. I was praying he was going to pass it. A part of me thought the opportunity went, but as you said, Gyokeres has got 2 goals. He's got another one. Goals always breed confidence. Lovely stuff. And this is what happens in the pursuit of trying to get one more. You leave yourself open. This is literally kind of a carbon copy when Kai Havertz scored midweek against Chelsea. Yeah. I'm a happy lad, man. Put the points in the bag.
Yeah, Gabriel Martinelli on the counter. Maybe Arsenal are starting to see the best of him?
I think we are, man. I think the pennies finally dropped for him. Goals always breed confidence. I feel like he's kind of not been taken out the spotlight, but there was a point as an Arsenal fan, I feel like he was plastered everywhere. Fair enough. I'm not talking about constructive criticism or honest conversations, but I do think there was an element of scapegoating. I do think even he probably thought, yeah, I'm signing for Arsenal. There's an element of pressure and expectations, but not even I could believe how much I'm spoken about. And I don't think a number of other strikers are spoken about that have moved from one club to the other. So it's working. I do remember Mikel Arteta saying last year how maybe bringing on Gyokeres against tired bodies, I'm paraphrasing, against tired bodies would work. So I'm not really surprised to see like a couple of his goals have come kind of off the bench. I think for me, in terms of goal scoring, I think what really kicked things on, I want to say Chelsea, but I'm actually going to say Inter Milan because his reaction
was a good goal as well.
Yeah, it was a good goal as well. But when he scored, you could tell it felt like there was a weight lifted off his shoulders. And to be honest, you know, the jury is still out. I just think if he's in a bit of run of form and he's on a purple patch, we've got to ride that to the end to get this over the line.
Victor Gyokeres has arrived in the Premier League.
Tranquillo.
He's not a flat track bully.
What a finish.
He only scores against the small clubs. Old man.
CJ.
We love it. I'm happy now. They'll be
Some finish.
Yeah, everything's finished. I love these lot. You know, play with my emotions. It's a very good finish. I have to say sorry to Timber. I was very critical on Timber.
Good ball.
But that's the only, in terms of Spurs defending, generally they've done it right.
The celebration this time?
We're in the celebration. Put this in the thumbnail, please. Thank you. Gyokeres. Let's go.
Flat track bully, as you say. Some people say flat track bully.
Yeah, some say he's a flat track bully.
He only scores against.
Yeah, he only scores against.
He does.
Only scores against the relegation.
I'm trying to say he's not.
Arsenal legend.
So it's what annoys me. That's all. And just keep your head, Tottenham.
One more for Thomas Frank, please, guys. Ref.
Tottenham have been in this game,
Yeah.
and again, you let yourself down. You let yourself down, and that's what annoys me. Now I'm trying to look at the character and look at the spirit. What can we do here? You are at home. Show me the fight.
North London's ours, man. Calm. Gyokeres gone. Eze, I want that hat trick. All right, we're trying. Everybody, this is everybody eats game now.
Eze scored 2 hat-tricks against Spurs.
I need it.
You can walk.
I am going to walk out.
I need
if he
it.
does that.
I
just so you
need
know.
this.
And I'm
We
gonna
need
go home.
this.
Yeah, I'm going to go home. If he scores another hat trick, I'm going home.
That would be one of the most mad stories. Literally
most
about to
Tottenham
sign
thing.
for Tottenham.
No, it's the most Tottenham
Goes
thing
to
ever.
the rivals and then dunks 2 hat-tricks on you.
Yeah. It's the most Spursy thing ever.
CJ, there's been criticism of Arsenal the last few weeks about having a 1-goal leading game and not seeing it off. The fact you got that second goal cushion, how impressive is that?
It is impressive, but against Wolves,
Eze,
stop passing.
great tackle by Fellaini.
I need this.
Spurs are creaking.
I need Abby's reactions to an Eze hat trick. I need this, Eze.
Trust me, you didn't want to see it in November. You won't want to see it today.
I do. We need this. We need this.
Oh yeah, we didn't do a show that weekend, did
Boys,
we?
No.
We didn't do a show.
Boys, time was.
7-1 for a hat trick. He was 5-1 to score 2 or more, which he's done.
You said that, didn't you?
7-1 to get a
Arteta,
hat-trick.
Martinelli.
7-1 to get another goal, basically.
Can we bring on Lewis Kelly, please?
Why? For who?
Well, he's a North London lad. He's come through the academy. Might as well.
You have to give him, just give people minutes
We've
now.
got big games. We've got Chelsea.
I
We've
still
got
think there are
difficult
more
way to surprise.
goals in this game because Spurs have to attack.
3-2, I'm nervous. Because we were in our last game.
It's more likely to finish 5-1 Arsenal than 3-2.
I hope so because our last game against relegation fodder was 2 goals up. We didn't win the game, innit? We need 3 points.
Abby, Spurs are. I'm sorry, it doesn't look real. Spurs are 4 points off.
You knew this was going to happen. Realistically. It's all right, Abby, man.
I didn't hear it.
Abby, it's all right,
He
man.
said the last time we were 2 up against relegation.
We was, yeah. We messed it up. 2-0 and messed it up. You can't make this.
CJ, I missed that.
It's facts. No, but it's true. It's not even banter. They are relegation fodder. It's 2 years in a row. It's all right.
The last time we were 2 up against relegation.
No, it was.
you were,
It
but
was. Away from home as
Yeah,
well.
but I wouldn't disagree with the fact that we are relegation fodder.
I want 4. Gyokeres, forget everyone.
Don't know.
Gray's not on nothing. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I want 4. It's a slaughtering.
He takes that goal so well.
Winners win, losers explain. Stop
Actually,
talking to me
so
about this ref stuff. All right, cool. We'll call it 3-1. We'll call it 3-1. We'll chalk off that goal. Thank you. Thank you. Gyokeres, they say you play in jeans. They say you're a flop. They say you only do it against the small teams. Thank you very much. That's now 2 of my summer signings that are going down in Arsenal folklore.
By the way, some finish well, CJ. He
Lovely
takes like a
finish.
proper centre forward.
Poor
does.
old Archie Gray's trying to cover. It's a man against a boy. He's going to get bullied. This is what Gyokeres does. Spurs feeling sorry for themselves. Wow, the ref's done something against us. Wow, you're not the first or the last team. Every week these...
Most things go against us.
Yeah,
if you have a look at some of the...
Me as an Arsenal fan, I can rally all of them. But listen, you lot tell us to get on with it. They've lost their discipline. Thankfully, Odegaard has found Gyokeres. And that's actually great for Odegaard as well to get an assist. I need my attackers to start doing things like this on a frequent basis. Lovely. Gyokeres, there's time for a hat-trick.
I love that. He's just a bit of strength on Archie Gray, shrugs him off, and then still has
Archie
the
Gray got a
composure to
chance.
come through. Yeah, no, I know it's maybe
feel sorry
not
for him.
the fairest of matches, but then it's a lovely, lovely right-footed finish into the roof of the net.
Gyokeres. Yes!
Abby, thoughts? Gyokeres, what did you make of his performance? So after half-time, what did you make of his performance in that first half?
I think he had a very good performance. I think he has pressed well. He's always pressed well since he signed for our football club. He's pressed well. He worked his socks off. Obviously, you know, addressing the elephant in the room, you want your striker to score goals, and you don't really care how it goes in. So I'm happy he got the goal. Me and you were talking off air. I'm kind of happy with his role in the build-up to, you know, when we went on the break, and it led
Played
to...
nice ball, didn't it?
Yeah, what led to Rice scoring. And anyway, you can get your confidence. I'm pretty sure that's his first goal away from the Emirates, you know, and I know we was saying it in jest, but if he's going to be a flat track bully and can't necessarily do it in the big games, this is where you want it to happen for him. And for me, it's now... I see enough in terms of how we're playing from open play to know when our players are back and those relationships can build. We are going to start playing a lot more quote-unquote attractive football and marry that with our defensive aspects. But that's what I need. I need Saka to start bagging. I need Gyokeres to start finding his feet. I need Eze to start finding his feet, because for me, whatever you say about Liverpool or City, they've got players that have dragged them over the line and can drag them over the line. We haven't showed that this season yet. Saka can obviously do it, and he's been an outside. But so far, so good. If we're running away with the league, and I'm saying all of this, can only get better, man.
No, well, that's the
Do you think he's key to Gyokeres' success for the rest of the season?
They both love playing together, Kai Havertz and Gyokeres. They're a bit similar in that, you know, they're physical, they can go long. It's like when one drops, the other one kind of clocks the other one's game to go long. I personally think we've needed a bit of a switch up. I know Martin Odegaard's had a knock and been injured, but I do think we need to be a bit more unpredictable. And I do think we're getting into that season when if players are in a purple patch or players do look confident, simply put, you've got to get them in the side, man. And I think Perry's right in that you can see Gyokeres every game, he's getting more and more demanding of his teammates. He's accepted now, OK, I'm an Arsenal footballer. Obviously, he's not silly. He knows how difficult it is to represent this massive club. But I guess only unless you've walked into those shoes, especially in the present day with social media and the clamour for a striker, you could understand that. For me, I think the spark happened against Inter Milan because it sounds silly, but it's even the way he's celebrating the goals. And, you know, when he scored against Inter Milan, it was like a weight lifted off his shoulders. So long may it continue. And I just hope that the same negatives that were said about the man, you give him the same energy because he deserves all the plaudits. He should be one of the first names on the team sheet, Nick.
Do you know what happens is it's where players are judged differently. All Arsenal fans and the media are having Kai Havertz because they know that he's a very good footballer. Do you know what I mean? He scored a winning goal in Champions League final, like gets it, whatever. He missed a sitter in the first minute with his header against Sunderland, right? If that was Gyokeres, he'd have been getting absolutely
so many different angles of that,
wouldn't he?
Yeah,
He'd have been absolutely slaughtered. But you look at that and you go, and even Kai Havertz is really good in the air, and he missed it. And it is a sitter, right? You go on, like, he's going to bring other things to the game. Say, Gyokeres would have got absolutely slaughtered, absolutely hammered. And he's like, actually, maybe what he needs now is the narrative is he's scoring goals against teams that are promoted or like in the middle tier, or whatever. He needs a big goal, do you know what I mean, in a big game. And then that will just, again, quieten the noise down a bit.
North London derby on the horizon. I mean,
No, I said big game.
Yeah, of course. You did say small teams scoring against. Yeah, fair enough. It's interesting what you say, actually, Perry, because you've played with some legendary Arsenal strikers, and when you talk about them demanding the ball from the midfielders, we didn't necessarily see that from Victor Gyokeres. What do you think's changed? Do you think Arteta has had a word with him? Do you think maybe he's had a word, Victor Gyokeres has had a word with the midfielders? What do you think, potentially, without being in the dressing room, what do you think has happened?
I think there was another turning point was the penalty up at Everton. Because I know people say it's just a penalty, but Man City had won before that. We had to beat Everton. and everybody's got that, and it's Odegaard giving Gyokeres, and actually the captain and all the players going, there you go, mate, we trust you. Do you know what I mean? We trust you, but you need like smashed it down the middle of the goal. People think that's easy. Trust me,
It's not.
Because again, could you imagine if he'd have missed it?
Takes nerve.
Like the partner. We had a bit of history of that before. Remember when we give it to Kai Havertz? But that was at Bournemouth, and you're 3-0 up. And it was like, yeah, we need you to score because we need you to give confidence. So it's just been a slow sort of build-up to getting his confidence back. And I played with the level you're judged at as a centre-forward is even more scrutinous now because of all the stat. Like now, if you're a midfield player and you have a 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10 game, it's all right.
Yeah.
If you're Gyokeres and you bring players into the game, but you don't score for 2 or 3, that is the main stat, isn't it? So that's how you're judged. And Alan Smith came, and he didn't score for his first 3 games. And in all the papers, it was Smudge is a waste of money, Arsenal are in for Kerry Dixon. And you're like, he's like, it's only 3 games.
Yeah.
Now, if you do that for Leicester, which he was playing for, all just Leicester fans, they care, but the big media doesn't care. Gyokeres doing it for Sporting Lisbon, no one really notices or cares. You do it for Arsenal, and then they dropped Charlie Nicholas. I played up front with Smudge. He got a hat-trick against Portsmouth at home, and then went on to be one of Arsenal's great. So I saved Alan Smith's career every time I say, but he went on to be one of Arsenal's all-time great centre-forwards.
Yeah.
But even then, as he said, the scrutiny is unreal. But now I think with Gyokeres, because he's got his brace, it will just, you can tell that you feel tense. Whether if your fans are getting on your back, you're getting, now with social media, all the players do read the social media, or their people read the social media. And when it's not flowing, you could tell that he was just tense.
You're overthinking.
And exactly. And then through your head, you're not playing naturally. Now I just think he's starting to play like he was playing for Sporting Lisbon. Do you know what I mean? And he will start to be more demanding. He's got 100%. He's got the respect of the players and the manager, because Arteta always says he's working his socks off in training, got a good attitude. So the players will want you to do well.
Declan Rice said that as well.
Yeah.
So, he's always had his teammates' trust. And one thing that I think Gyokeres has never been given is credit. He works his socks off. Like, he's always done all the other facets of what Mikel Arteta's wanted. So, naturally, it's all filled into place. Confidence is key for any footballer, much less a striker. I did feel sorry for Gyokeres because, as Perry mentioned, you know the social media, you know the Arsenal scrutiny. I do think people are a bit naive and ignorant when it comes to Gyokeres. Granted, he hasn't got the prettiest of playing style, but we've needed someone to just put the ball in the back of the net. And I like his ugly finishes because that's something that's going to be our bread and butter, especially going into the tail end of the season. So shout out Gyokeres.
You know, he's never ever going to be someone who comes in, like Havertz, who links it up, who gets it, and he's got a really soft touch, and he lays it off, and he spins, and he sees the pass. That's not him. And I don't care. I've said before, I don't give a rat's backside if he doesn't score from now to the end of the season, and we win the Premier League or the Champions League or both. Who cares? Nobody cares.
It's all about, the Winter Olympics is on at the moment, of course, and it's like Olympic cycle, you know what I mean? If Gyokeres finds his form now in the business end of the season, who cares what happened earlier on?
No.
We're top of the league,
It's not
6
where he
points
starts,
clear.
where he finished.
Exactly.
I'll tell you one thing I thought we changed really well on Saturday against Sunderland as well is, I don't think in this season we've been shooting enough from distance. We haven't been shooting enough from like 20, 25, because teams do sit deep. And obviously we go wide, we come back in, we go wide. We're trying to look for the intricate passes.
gaps.
If you think about in the first half on Saturday, Declan Rice had a curler, like missed by an inch. Kai Havertz had a curler missed by an inch. And then Zubimendi scores. So I think they've been working on, we're going to start shooting from distance. And then what happens then, if you do, then in the opposition's mind, I think, we've got to come close down. Then you can start playing your little passes. Because you look at the technical players that we have, we've got very good technical players. So we should be shooting more from distance.
And they've got the ability and the competence to do it. How many times have we seen long-range efforts go in this season? We've seen it a couple of times. So especially when it comes down to breaking low blocks and being a bit unpredictable, could only be helpful going into the end of the season.
Do you know what as well? The crowd get excited.
Yeah,
of course.
The crowd,